Your cat isn't ignoring you when they turn their back. They're trusting you in a way most people never notice. At first glance, it can feel confusing. You sit down nearby, and your cat settles into their favorite spot, facing away from you. No eye contact, no greeting, no reaction. Just their back. It almost looks like rejection, like distance, like they don't care whether you're there or not. But what's really happening in that quiet moment is something much deeper. And by the end of this, you may realize that your cat turning their back on you is not a sign of indifference. It's a message about safety. The first thing to understand is that a cat's back is their most vulnerable side. In the wild, turning your back means giving up control. It means exposing yourself to danger you cannot see. Predators attack from behind. Sudden threats come from blind spots. So animals protect that space instinctively. But when your cat curls up and turns their back towards you, they're doing the opposite of protecting themselves. They're relaxing. They're lowering their guard. They're choosing not to monitor you. That decision is not casual. It's emotional. Because trust for your cat is not about affection alone. It's about safety. And safety is measured in moments when they don't feel the need to watch. But that's not the most important part. There's another layer hidden inside this behavior, and most people completely miss it. Sometimes, your cat turns their back on you because they feel emotionally settled in your presence. You might be reading, working, or simply sitting quietly. Your cat walks into the room, circles once, and lies down with their back facing you. No tension, no alert posture, just stillness. This is not distance, it's comfort. Your cat doesn't need to keep checking where you are. They don't need to monitor your movements. They already know you're safe. That certainty allows them to rest deeply. And here's where it gets more personal. Cats don't show trust loudly. They don't announce it. They don't celebrate it. They show it through small decisions that reduce vigilance. Turning their back is one of those decisions. It's quiet, subtle, easy to overlook. But emotionally, it carries weight. Most people miss this next one. Sometimes, when your cat turns their back toward you, they're not just trusting you. They're including you in their territory. To your cat, the direction they face matters. It reflects what they consider important to monitor. If your cat faces the door while keeping their back toward you, they're assigning you a role. You are the safe zone behind them. You are the part of the environment that doesn't require attention. That may sound simple, but psychologically, it's profound. Because in your cat's mind, the world is divided into two categories: things that need watching and things that don't. And when you fall into the second category, it means you've earned a place in their circle of safety. But that's not the deepest meaning yet. There's another reason your cat may turn their back toward you while sleeping. And this one reveals how emotionally connected they feel. Sometimes, your cat positions themselves this way because they want quiet companionship. Not interaction, not stimulation, just presence. They want to share space without pressure. You might notice it in the evening. The noise is low. Your cat settles near you, back turned, body relaxed. They're not asking for attention. They're not seeking play. They're choosing to exist beside you. That choice reflects emotional security, because closeness without demand is one of the purest forms of trust. And here's where it gets deeper. If your cat consistently sleeps with their back turned toward you, it can also mean they feel confident in your predictability. Cats thrive on routine. They study patterns. They memorize behavior. They learn when you wake up, when you eat, when you move, when you rest. Over time, they build a mental map of your actions. And when that map feels reliable, they relax. They stop scanning. They stop anticipating danger. They rest. So when your cat turns their back toward you and falls asleep, it's often the result of dozens, even hundreds of quiet moments where you proved you were safe. Moments where you didn't startle them, didn't force interaction, didn't break their sense of control. Trust accumulates slowly, and sleep reveals it. But here's something most people never consider. The way your cat turns their back can also reveal subtle changes in your relationship. If your cat used to sleep facing you, watching you, staying alert, and then gradually begins turning their back more often, that shift can signal growing trust. Your presence has become predictable, comfortable, safe. However, the opposite pattern matters too. If your cat suddenly stops turning their back toward you and begins facing you more cautiously, staying alert, or choosing to sleep farther away, that change deserves attention. Because trust is not permanent. It responds to environment. Changes in routine, noise, stress, or emotional tension can make your cat feel less secure. And when security drops, vigilance returns. They start watching again, monitoring again, protecting themselves again. That shift doesn't always mean something is wrong, but it means something feels different. And here's where the message becomes most important. There is one situation where your cat turning their back toward you becomes a powerful signal you should never ignore. When they do it during vulnerability. For example, when they're sick, tired, or recovering from stress, and they still choose to rest with their back toward you. In that moment, your cat is placing their safety entirely in your hands. They're saying, without words, "Protect me, while I cannot protect myself." That kind of trust is rare in the animal world. It is not given lightly. It is earned through patience, through consistency, through quiet respect for their boundaries. And once it's built, it becomes one of the strongest emotional bonds a cat can form. So the next time your cat sleeps with their back turned toward you, don't assume they're ignoring you. Don't assume they're distant. Look at their body. Is it relaxed? Is their breathing slow? Is their tail still? Those small details tell the real story. Because turning their back is not withdrawal, it's surrender. Not to danger, but to safety. And that safety has a name. You. So when you see your cat resting peacefully with their back toward you, understand what you're witnessing. You're seeing trust in its quietest form. You're seeing a creature that believes you will not harm them, will not startle them, will not betray their vulnerability. And in your cat's world, that belief is everything. Because to your cat, this was never just a sleeping position.